Hey everybody, hope you're keeping well. I'm Mrrgglton IRL, and in this video we're going to be covering Aggro Druid. It's a wild deck. It's very aggressive, and usually by turn 4 or 5 you actually have won the game. Occasionally, sometimes it'll go to turn 8, 9, 10. It can last, but really what you're aiming to do here is to have the game done and dusted by turn 4, if not by turn 5. So enough of me talking, we'll get straight into some gameplay, and yeah, I'll talk through the mulligans and stuff in there. So basically, your mulligan guide is it's a pirate druid deck. So your mulligan guide, this is actually an ideal kind of draw. You want your ship's cannon, you want your Brigand. The only other thing that we missing here would be Embiggen. But given what I actually have here, I'm happy to just kind of get rid of that one there. This is generally a near perfect draw, apart from Embiggen. It gives you a perfect curve, and Jeeves is very important kind of turn 4 or 5. The whole strategy of playing this deck is literally dumping your hand as quickly as possible, and giving the opponent no time to actually catch up. That's the idea of what we're actually at here. So you can see here, this is actually near a god draw as possible. The only thing that I'm missing is Embiggen, which would have made it even better. It's a priest matchup as well, which can be quite difficult for this deck at times. You really do want to rush him down before turn 4 or 5 because of the AoE and the healing that priests have. Generally speaking, this game was an exception, but generally speaking, you do need to kill them quickly. Now with Sir Stanley there, when you're looking at the new hero powers, you want to equip your weapon. That's actually very important because you have your Sharkfin Fan, which gives you a new pirate every time you attack, and obviously when you're using that in conjunction with your ship's cannon, that's very important. So you can see here now, this is exactly kind of what we wanted. We were looking for a pirate to trigger what comes next, and you can see they just keep spewing out. Your hand is empty by turn 3, which is actually perfect. That's the ideal strategy that you want to do. And already by turn 3 he's on 19 health, and you have pretty much set up lethal. Now I'm skipping forward obviously because priests tend to take a long time, so he AoE'd as expected. He still lost 2 health, and that's it. My hand is empty, so Jeeves is now played, and he's sitting on grand total of 8 health after turn 5. Which is brilliant, and you can see Jeeves doing his thing. He keeps that going. You want to keep Jeeves alive. That's the important thing. And of course, I'm playing a Reno priest, which I was a bit like, oh, you bastard, but not that it matters much anyway, because you can see even though he played Reno, it made no difference. And you can just see pretty much here, market Lotus. Your living roots for 2 extra damage, and he did not have the position to actually come back from health that he knew he was dead, so he actually conceded the match. That's how fast this deck is, and it's very important that you kind of get your draw right on it. Now I won't lie, sometimes Embiggen, a lot of times actually Embiggen doesn't come up, but that's equally kind of why Market Lotus is important, to give you that still kind of burst damage. You want to load the deck, load your board and go away and just hope they don't have AoE. And there you can see there's another Jeeves, which is brilliant because even if he did clear that board, he's still sticking on 8 health, but even after Renoing, he's dead, and he realizes he's dead, and yeah, Keck W, bye. So yeah, I'll just wait for him to concede and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, just running, of course we just run through his it's just to see what he gets. There we go. Bye. And that usually happens. Like the actual fastest I've actually killed a person is actually turn 3. That was an incredibly amazing. That was a double Embiggen draw. It was just with the coin and everything. It was actually insane. Won't get that again. But there you go. So there's Embiggen. Again, this is against a Paladin, so again I kind of slightly changed my tactic here a little bit. I kept the Savage Roar, because I wanted to burst them down kind of quickly, and I kept the one draw pirate because even though the Paladin's probably going to have a weapon. Because I'm playing wild mode here, I expected this to possibly be a mech pally. It wasn't a mech pally, which is fine. It was just a normal kind of Libram pally or whatever. But nonetheless, you can see by turn 3 I've developed a nice substantial board. So because I knew it was a Libram, what I actually did do, where normally you just always go face, I wanted to actually remove his minions from the board, which is what I actually did here, and that's why I did it the way I did it. Normally I wouldn't, but you know, keeping the pressure on, particularly with this deck is very, very important. It's a hyper aggro deck, like, you know. At this stage here again, I'm, you know, looking to remove the minions that he can buff. I have value, so even no matter what he buffs at this stage now, I have, you know, I have the hands, but of course he did clear some of it, and that's perfectly fine. Now the reason I didn't actually play Savage Roar here was because the Paladin actually had a one weapon and it was at 1 health. So I correctly assumed here that the Paladin was going to hit Patches in the face, which is exactly what he did do, and that left me with exactly enough to kill him, because even without Living Roots I had the weapon and obviously the Savage Roar to kill him. And there he is, he's finished his 5th turn, turn 6, and he's dead. So that's pretty much it, guys, and that's how it works. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you found it informative. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button down below. Alternatively, you can find me on Twitch, kind of streaming 4 days a week, playing Hearthstone and doing a bit of cooking, whatever. And until next time, have a good one.